Obviously, I think money is a huge part in a relationship, I mean, as much as we're gonna say, oh, yeah, but duly know it is a big part. But anyway, what do you think? I feel like money has been stressing me a bit.
It has. I'm even graying.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Inside Scoop. My name is Faith Majaro, your host.
And I am David Chibirige, your resident political pundit and life enthusiast.
And I am Lenana Faraj, political scientist, writer, musician, also self-proclaimed humorist.
Sheesh. All right.
And with that, we're gonna jump right into the episode. Today, we're gonna be talking about how good the Harambe Stars are doing,
Team Kubo.
Shout out Harambe Stars.
how controversial the dating scene is right now, and basically everything to do, most of money.
Mbesha. De Niro.
Facts on facts.
Yeah, so tell us.
Oh.
Tell us. Lead us. Guide the way.
Yeah, exactly.
So, hi guys.
Hello.
I'm Kwaji.
Ninko Poa. Ask me why. I know it's not what we're discussing today, but it's also part of football. Yes, Harambe Stars did extremely well.
Yeah.
We've qualified. And my side babe, who happens to be Arsenal, also did quite well against our arch nemesis, Manchester United. So yes, I am doing great. How are you?
I'm also doing fine. Thank you for asking. What about you?
Yeah, I'm basically like David because I'm a Harambe Star fan and I'm also a self-proclaimed Ghana since 1990, since days of Henry. Let me just say Henry is what made me an Arsenal supporter. So I've been an Arsenal supporter since day one. So yesterday was like a double win. Harambe Stars, Arsenal. So we're good, we're Gucci. So I'm glad things are looking good for the country.
Oh yeah. I heard the games were being played this weekend. It was on Friday or Saturday. What was it?
The Harambe Stars game was on Sunday, but they have been happening all through the week. With if you play today, you're given like 3 days rest to recuperate, train for the next game. So, yeah, we got through on Sunday against Zambia. It was.
Zambia.
Yes, so we're through to the quarters. So, yes.
After,
I'm sorry to ask. What were the scores? Like,
Wow!
let me
Wow!
just.
What a patriot!
No,
What a patriot we have here.
No, listen.
Yes,
You see,
explain,
funny
please.
thing, I'm not really one to watch football much. I'm not a huge fan. But honestly, since we said there's games, Harambee Stars against countries in Africa, I feel like I've been quite intrigued.
Yes.
I'm catching up. I'm getting, you see?
Tutakununulia jazi.
maybe she
Vitu
was
vya
Well,
supporting
jazi.
progress.
Zambia. You never know.
Yeah.
Oh, she's supporting Zambia.
You never know. Yeah, you know, Gen Z's
How
want
could
Ruto.
I?
Gen Z's want Ruto to go, so maybe they
One
were
time.
like, hey, one time.
I mean, that is. I think it touches on what she wants us to speak on today, because I believe you spoke about the incentive of the team.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So maybe you could introduce that for us. Tell us, Tuambie.
Yeah, I mean, question of the day is, do you think the Harambe Stars are doing all this well because of the money they have been promised, some of the gifts?
Yes.
You think so?
It's facts.
Yes. Everything in this world is predicated on monetary rewards. I think money, in as much as they say money can't buy you happiness, it makes life much easier, and it insulates you from a lot of life's problems. So, in as much as we would say yes, they're patriots, they're doing this for the country. When you have the promise of 2.5 million, my friend, utajituma. Hata kama umechoka aje, you'll run. So, yeah, I do believe that it is a driving factor, of course, amongst other things. But yes, to answer you plainly and briefly, yes, money is driving them. Maybe.
I mean, to add on, I remember when I was a kid, which is a long time ago, I used to always support Harambe Stars, but then I would be disappointed because of how far we would make it. We wouldn't go that far. And after such a long time, the Harambe Stars are actually going to the quarterfinals. So this is a huge deal for our country, especially when we've been used to so much bad news. there's always corruption, lack of jobs, it's exciting the country, it's invigorating the country. And so at some point you're almost about to give Ruto props and say, Allah, my guy is giving these ninjas some incentive, some cash. Bro, if you've seen M-Pesa received 2.5 million, hey, even you say
of course.
you will score goals.
Yeah.
Actually, my goal is to wake up and find 2.5 million in my M-Pesa.
True.
But every day is fools. I'm not talking about myself. Hey. But I'm just trying to say they are performing at a very strong and very high level because of that incentive. And I can see Raila Odinga has also put in 500,000.
I mean, everyone is trying.
Sonko has added 400. Bahati has not paid.
But the other day, the Harambe Stars was saying that the only money they have actually received is from the president.
From the president.
Bahati hajatuma yake.
I've seen that. Obviously,
Ana Bahati.
It's part of this day and age. You get these joyriders who, they've seen it's a big wave. Everyone wants to be seen that I'm also being part of the success story that is the Harambe Stars. And I think that is why we spoke about it off air. And that's what I was telling you. You had asked me whether it's, or maybe that's the question you're leading to. Acha ninyamaze. Oh yeah, so you had asked me as to how I or rather what my take was on the president, giving them this money, and it's like I was saying, it's a good thing. Obviously, he knows that money motivates everyone. I think even money motivated him to be president, but that's a story for another day. So what I take issue with, and in as much as I'm a patriot, I am very happy for Kenya doing well. In the back of my mind, I've been like, God damn it. Now, the further we go, the more people will attach our team's success to the president, because he's a very smart man. He's going to capitalize on this. Sport has always been used to galvanize countries, especially in times of turmoil. Even if you go back to Roman times, the gladiator coliseums were an amphitheater for getting people to forget the problems that they had going on, the problems of governance and whatnot. And the president and his people, which is, I'd do the same as a political advisor. I'd tell him, ride on this wave, guys, true. Your country is doing well. What wamesahau, like we've been having mandamano for, almost every Tuesday, a couple of months back. But right now, everyone is so together for our country, and he's capitalized on it. And the thing I'm afraid of is that we Kenyans, we have very short memories. So watu watasahau venye huyu mzee amekuwa akiwafinyilia, mtaanza kufikiria ati
I've actually been seeing this meme ati sai tumerudiana na president.
Yes.
But you see, like, okay, on the devil's advocate, like there are some things that have gone well in terms of like the infrastructure of the stadium, how they built the stadium. It looks really good. They did a good job. And then even the morale of the team has been also like helping Kenyans feel closer to their flag. For a long time we've been, like you've said, during the Mandamanos, we were kind of getting upset with our country and our governance. And so the detachment on how it feels good to be a Kenyan, you know what I mean? So I think that's a good thing. But I get what you're saying about Ruto capitalizing. As you can see, even Raila has capitalized on it and entered into it, and Sonko has also given 400. Again, I'm on Bahati's case. Tuma that 1 million. Tuma. But I guess at the same time, we should be able to ride the wave and love being Kenyans and support our team. But we can detach it from our president, because him releasing money that is from his pocket also shows how much his network. He's using his own money, and again, I don't know what that's supposed to show us as a president. You know what I mean? So I also think that he's going to use it politically when he's going for re-election.
Definitely.
He's going to say, see how I motivated our team. See how I built the stadium. See, because he's good at that. And then he'll try and divert from the issues that he never answered during the time of the finance bill and during the time of the Mandamanos.
That is very true.
So, I mean, right now, we were reminded with what Faith was saying, that money is a motivator. Anybody who knows they're going to score a goal, you get 1.5, again 2.5. I mean, we're happy for them. And the last thing we'll tell the team is that you don't have new friends and new family members when you get the money, because there'll be a new auntie calling, hello? Sasa unanikumbuka mimi ni auntie ya kutoka sijui which side.
Tuko na fundraiser huku nyumbani.
Ama there's a new buddy that has reached you. Hi. And she could be saying, she needs more than 2K urgently. So you have to be careful now that you got money as Harambe Stars.
Yeah, and I think
But back on that note, like, I think it's actually quite common for them. Should I call them high political class, high people who are
The
looking for
political
power
elite.
and money. It's a very common trait for them. Like when football is involved, they bet huge amounts of money on it. Most especially if you're trying to show support for the country. Meaning, it's also on the negative side, need for laundering money.
Yes,
Oh,
true.
yeah, yeah.
So
Can be an avenue for that.
it's I think sports has always been associated with a lot of money, a lot of very big people
Yes.
in there willing to put a lot of money on it. I feel like Kenya we're experiencing that for the first time, and that's why it seems like a lot when you hear they've been promised 2.5 here, 1 million here.
Yeah, I get you. And I think another thing that Lennon also pointed out is that he's giving this money from his pocket. That his pocket, how has he accrued all this money in the space of yes, we understand he called himself a very successful chicken seller,
A hustler.
and a
The
hustler,
hustler,
you know, and he's a farmer, you know, all these
Farmer.
things. And if you actually sit down and do an actual audit of how much money is being given,
Yeah.
you know, politicians thrive on a system of giving handouts. So they want systems to collapse so that you're always dependent on them. Because right now he's being hailed as a hero. Oh, naona kiongozi, bosi anapea watu pesa na watu wanafanya kazi. It's not supposed to be like that. In as much as you should incentivize these players, there should already be a system in place whereby it is set in stone that if you do X amount of progress for your country,
Right.
you're remunerated in a certain way.
Right.
It shouldn't have to come like it's a favor from the president. In a system that works, like let's say, you know, even abroad, you play for your country out of pride. You know,
Exactly.
you're not ideally you're not paid to pay to play for your country. It should be an honor for you to be even called up. So in other countries, they are given the same incentive, and they know that if we reach the quarterfinals, if we reach the semifinals, we'll be given X amount of money. But here we've made it such a show, and it is all centered on Ruto and how he's such a giving person, how
Right.
generous he is. You know,
Yeah.
it's almost taking the shine away from the boys who are actually running on
Yeah.
the pitch.
Oh.
On the pitch and sweating and bringing us as a nation together. Now you have this, I'm sorry to say, but freeloading politicians. You know, whether I take up issue with Ruto because last season Arsenal were doing quite well in the Champions League until he
became a supporter.
he held a shirt with the Arsenal
then
logo
we lost.
just before the game with PSG, and we
Yeah.
lost. So I'm scared that he'll do the same for us, and anything can happen. But yeah, on the whole, it is good to incentivize them. But I feel like, you know, all these things of money laundering, hii pesa imetoka wapi, you know, it's there are questions that we should ask ourselves. But in the moment, let's allow ourselves to enjoy our team's progression, because we are the oldest ones here. When is the last time we saw Kenya go this far at a tournament, you know?
But kind of like what Faith was saying, you mentioned it the last time, how like politicians should stop being like celebrity like. And as we know, most of the sports players in the world are some of the highest paid in the countries. But then we know what I was also thinking about, and we talked about this before the show, is how teachers and civil servants and doctors and many people who play a huge important role in our country are not being incentivized in the same way. And so it sparks the debate that we need to start putting, you know, money into the governance of teachers and people who are actually helping our children grow, people who are the ones who are leading our teachers. Like teachers and doctors and nurses are always on strike. They're not getting paid. But then in other countries, just like in Kenya, athletes are paid the highest amount. So in some regards, this is a good thing, that we can start finally paying our athletes the right amount of money. But you gotta remember that there are people who are not being paid at all. Like people who are working in county governments haven't been paid for 6, 7, or 8 months.
Yeah.
So why isn't Ruto also focusing on helping these guys out? You know, they're always being told to wait. So I get that point also, but for me, I'm wanting to see that there's some kind of equality in our systems of Kenya, so that everybody is getting the right pay. I don't believe that Ruto is going to remove it from his pocket, obviously. But yeah, I think that there's somewhere that we need to do something that makes sure that everyone is getting their paychecks. As we see that Harambe Stars is doing well, we should also have checks and balances for the rest of the country. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a system, as a working system, should actually be in place where
Yes.
every person, now that we're focusing on athletes, every athlete has a constant, good, sustaining pay as the bottom line. And with that, all these incentives that come through won't be much of a driving force or the whole basis of the sports industry. Yeah, so if they have a system in place that,
Yes, yes.
yeah,
I
and
wholeheartedly agree.
yeah, but I highly actually, I think, you see, sorry, cut here. Um, I think it's actually a good thing when, I mean, if you have money, spend it. If you have money, you love sports. What's wrong with placing a bet? I mean,
I feel
what's wrong with placing
I
a
feel like you're already going into our next topic, which will be
No, but
Yeah,
even
which
before
will
we,
be on the
but-
dating scene and who should
Yeah.
be
but even
spending
before
and
we
how
get,
much should be
but
spent.
even before we get to that topic,
Yeah.
she also mentioned something about money laundering.
Yes.
And with some of our politicians having excess funds and funds that we don't necessarily know how they've gotten it.
Yes.
Because there was another thing I saw on Facebook, or is it Instagram, where they were showing the net worth of some of our biggest top political leaders. And they would show so and so got it from farming, so and so agriculture, and then some
Farming.
politicians they put the XXX like unknown.
Yeah.
So
you know.
some net worths were like in the billions, all of them were in the billions, and then some of them were being told like unknown. So like what Faith was mentioning, sometimes you have to spend some of that money
course
as
you
a
do.
way of almost like wash or money
Yeah.
laundering. So giving out millions from your pocket, like Sonko just removing 400,000, Raila, and people were saying Raila has never removed money from his pocket.
They
I
say-
don't
they
know if
say-
that's true.
they
They were like,
say-
finally,
Yes.
Baba ametoa.
Finally, ametoa kitu. He's
Yani,
known to be one of the
he has
most.
been known stingy.
He's a miser.
Eh,
Yes.
when they say
yes.
men are stingy, he has been fighting for our
Raila is the
rights.
poster boy.
Yeah, he's been fighting for our rights, but never giving out money. So
Oh my
it was
days.
like the first time. So I think that point should not be overlooked.
Yeah.
Like some of these guys literally have to release money so that the suspiciousness of where their money is coming from. You know, I don't know how money laundering works.
I mean,
But you see, if we start thinking about this, and if we start thinking about this in the context of money laundering, I feel like we'll lose focus
We'll
on
lose
the main
focus, yeah.
point.
Yeah.
I feel like sports unites us as a country for
True,
one,
true.
clearly as we've seen,
True.
and there's no issue with them getting all the money because honestly they do
the
deserve it.
the issue comes from the source of that money
Yeah,
and the
why is it-
person
Does it
who's
really?
giving the money.
Yeah.
Because you in fact I'm sure if you do an actual
You
audit
think-
of where the money is coming from,
Yo.
hii ni pesa yetu wameiba
Yeah,
wanaturudishia.
yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like I come to your house
Yeah.
and I steal 1,000 shillings from there.
Yeah.
Then I'll come donate 100 shillings to you.
Yeah. So
You
same
know,
thing.
you'll be amenidonetia mkubwa amenipea kitu. It's your money, I'm giving you back, but piecemeal. Nimechukua 1,000, nimekupea 100.
But
I stay
I
with 900 and you're thanking me
But
for 100
on a
shillings.
lighter note,
But
you know?
on a lighter note, what happened to that guy who won the jackpot of 400 million? I mean, he kind of was happy that now he has been.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I'm happy. Me hata hamgeniona hapo. I
That
show up
guy-
there with a ski mask.
That guy won 400.
No one would know it's me.
And 80 million.
Man.
Gosh. Anyway,
Man.
that's neither
No.
here nor there.
Tutafute bet slip.
He
Kuna
should also-
bet slip ya leo.
You should also give Harambe Stars at least 1 million.
Yeah,
that guy.
atoe ka kitu. The jackpot winner sport pesa, toa ka kitu.
Even you,
Toa ka kitu.
you can afford it. No.
But yeah, okay, yeah, and sorry, back to the matter. Yes, it is a good thing for them to be rewarded. As with everything in life, you should get a reward for your hard work. What I don't like is when certain players, certain actors, and in this case politicians like the president, make it all about them. You know, in fact, in Colombia, Pablo Escobar was one of the most popular people because he was seen as being philanthropic, and that was because. And why people loved him so much, they didn't care about the source of his wealth, as long as he was sharing with the people. And I feel that is a mindset that we also have here in Kenya. That we're like, we don't care if he has stolen his money, lakini anatupea kakitu.
Right.
Yeah,
Which
and-
is a very horrible mindset because he's stealing from you. He's not stealing from Uganda to come give you Kenyans. He's stealing from you Kenyans and giving you back kidogo and
Yeah.
fooling you.
And like the point you had made, it's taking away from the athletes that are actually performing at a very high level. So they're scoring goals, they're changaing people, they're doing so well, and then some people are just maybe also saying, oh, they're only playing well because of the money. But maybe they really
exactly.
have been
Wamejituma,
practicing.
yes.
Wamejituma, they've been exercising, they've been stretching.
I mean, as of right now, if I ask you to name me 5 players from the team, can you?
Yo, let me ask. Oh, Olunga.
If I ask you to name me 5 players, can you?
Fine.
But if I ask you how much Ruto gave away in the last,
okay,
you'll know.
okay.
You see, because that's what's been highlighted, and I'm not trying to air you out or anything, but it's just trying to illustrate.
No, but you
that,
just aired me out.
I know I did, but
Yeah,
you
you
know,
did.
learn your players. But on the newspaper, you're not going to see that Matasi scored. You're not going to see that Benny McCarthy, our great coach from South Africa, although he stained his career by going to Manchester United a bit, you're not going to see the real players to the ones who are doing the actual hard work. You're going to hear that Ruto gave 2.5 million. Ruto amepeana nyumba, affordable housing, you know, and that takes away the shine.
Shout out to Harambe
So
Stars.
I think it should be put in place systems. Again, it goes to systems, because you are almost saying that we should have a reward system for doctors, we should have a reward system for nurses. No,
Not a reward system, a system in place to make sure.
a system in place that works, governance and all that. But with all that being said, tafadhali Harambe Stars, bring this thing home.
Bring it home.
We are behind you, whether Ruto, whether Raila, whether Sonko is supporting you. Sisi kama wananchi, we're supporting you. Please bring this thing home, bana. We cannot lose to especially not the neighbors, not Tanzania, Uganda maybe, because you know I'm on both sides.
But with that, I think the Harambe Stars have actually been doing a good job, and I think this is actually a very nice starting point for the sports sector in Kenya. I feel like right now most people are aware, and we're actually following up. We'd actually look for a crash in that Harambe Stars team,
Hey, focus. We're focusing on the football.
Pesa sabuni ya roho, you see?
And there it is. There we have our next topic already. Pesa ni?
Sabuni ya roho.
So no finance, no romance.
Hey. That's not how she was going to phrase it.
Obviously, I think money is a huge part in a relationship, you know? I mean, as much as we're gonna say, yeah, but duly know it is a big part. But anyway, what do you think? I have a little story. Today when I was coming, I passed through some supermarket, and so the cashier was like gossiping, you know, I like listening, so so she was saying that today all of a sudden all men going to the supermarket were buying gifts, either lingeries, chocolates, everything that all ladies like. So I feel like I haven't gotten anything today, but it seems everyone is buying a gift for someone.
Pressure.
What is going on?
Pressure. When today's Valentine's, why would they be buying chocolate and
why are they buying lingerie from
in a
Naivas?
supermarket?
Who buys lingerie from Naivas?
Can you imagine getting Carrefour lingerie? Like, god damn.
You know, my friend is the same for a couple of.
Oh my days.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No,
I think it's the cold.
yeah, baridi nasubua watu.
Yeah, no.
But
You gotta pull up your
what was that
socks.
saying that you said? No romance, no romance without finance.
It's not me who said it. I was once told
Okay.
that. I was
That
once
one,
told David.
I'll touch on it a little.
There is
for you.
no finance, no romance without finance, David. That is what I was told. So
And are we focusing on Kenya? Relationships in Kenya, right?
I
Because
think
that's what me.
relationships
I've dated internationally.
hey, so bad
Yeah.
guy, bad
Just
guy,
so you know.
bad guy.
But okay, what I would say is that a lot of men today are really intimidated to date without finances. Because then there's even that 50-50 debate where we say if a man is paying the rent, you cover what? The groceries. And so the women that we're seeing a lot of in society on social media are saying, nah, cap, men must pay for everything.
Like it too.
Yeah, so you should be having 2K urgently if I need to do my nails, my hair. Yeah, 2K urgently is a thing by the way.
enjoying
And
the
I don't know why it's always 2K. It's a rounded number. Because today, see, you got a haircut, right?
Yeah.
How much was that?
1,000.
Okay, because you go to an expensive place. Let's say most men, they go and pay 500 shillings, right? So you as a man are hustling, you're saving your money, and then somebody hits you with that 2K urgently, and you don't even use 2K to do your hair, right? I guess. Yeah. So I feel like some men are feeling like their bank accounts. Men are just being used as bank statements. So kama hauna pesa, taka wewe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And is it true? No, is it not true that some women are saying, yo, you can't get it if you don't get it?
Of course.
I don't know. What do you guys do on TikTok? You know, as millennials, there's a saying, if you don't get it, forget about it.
Forget about it. You know.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. If you don't have it, if you don't have Mbesha, forget about it.
Maybe Faith can illuminate further on this point, because I saw that some ladies even say, like, on a first date, it was a tweet that went viral, and she had a lot of support, and likewise also a lot of people telling her she has a very weird perspective on life, and she was talking about how she cancelled a date on a guy because the guy refused to buy a certain dress that she wanted to wear on the date. And I think that already shows why there's a problem. If your mindset is atakamba, we don't even know each other yet, we're going on our first date, and you've already started telling me nikununulia dress, and then thereafter, after that first date, after by the time you get home, yes, maybe I drop you home or I pay for your Uber to get to the digs. The minute you get home, you tell me hauna gas. Unafika nyumbani and you tell me your gas has run out. You need 3,500.
Gaslighting.
Gaslighting. So I mean, there's this whole notion, and I don't know. Maybe for the most part, it's online. Maybe kwa ground vitu ziko different, because I do have lady friends. I'm currently not dating. I'm very single, but yeah, I have lady friends who tell me about their dating scenarios. I had to put it out there. But yeah, they tell me about how they function in dates, and they seem like normal human beings. Their dating is not predicated on a man doing this, that. It's there is symmetry to the attraction, and there is mutual attraction. Because I feel like, and in fact, one of them told me, if a lady is asking you for money from day one, that lady she sees no future in you, apparently. I don't know what, but these are millennials I was speaking to, so maybe for Gen Z.
Let me ask Faith a question on that. Is it true that like women have like a guy for nails, a guy for hair, a guy for sex, a guy for emotional support, and then you tell all of them, I love you, babe, so you think you're special, but kumbe you're number 4, not even number 3. So yeah, like, I don't know, is it true in Kenya?
I don't know. First thing I would say is date your type and date your level. Because I feel like there's some
So if a woman is broke, why does she want to date a rich man then? So you said date your level.
Yeah, and I mean, as a woman, if you can't find a man who's...
Calm down. Calm down. You look like you got so offended. Hey.
No, back to the point. All I'm trying to say is, you see how you find it's not right for a woman to ask you to buy for her the dress she's gonna wear for the first
day?
Yeah,
No, come on.
You wouldn't agree with
Even
that.
the lingerie from Naivas sitanunua.
You see how you're not comfortable with that. There's another man who'd actually prefer that. He'd be honored to do that.
Yeah, those are facts.
So
she's
I've not disputed that. I'm not disputed
and
that.
also for ladies, I mean, if you're with a guy and it's an issue asking for a dress or 2K urgently, and he has an issue with that, he'll always call you a gold digger or dating for money. And it's gonna be an issue.
But when you're asking me for that 2,000, you yourself, do you have the 2,000 to buy a dress? Ama, is you asking me for that? You're wearing panties that are torn.
Let me play devil's advocate.
What is the thinking behind, I have just met this man, and I'm already making financial demands of him. At that point, you probably don't even know my maiden name. You don't even know my mother's name. But ushaanza kuniekelea mashida zako za hauna dress. You don't have a pair of shoes for the date. Like, I feel like if you start off a relationship on that level, it's a discussion I was having with a friend of mine, and she was like, yeah, some ladies feel like if you want their time, you've got to pay for it. Now, like, that is called prostitution.
Yeah, in some countries.
It is literally called if I'm going to pay you for your time.
But okay, can I also play devil's advocate a little bit? Yeah?
That is what
I agree
prostitution is predicated upon.
I agree with Faith in terms of, okay, date your level and date your type.
But it doesn't apply for women.
It needs to go. It needs to apply both ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, there's what they say, people are calling it like financial dating. So there's this chick on Instagram, the one who has bleached herself. She's called Nzioka or something. I don't know if you know that chick. So she was saying,
She gyms at our
okay,
gym.
whatever. Oh, bruh, whatever. Whether she gyms at our gym, whether she does what. Who cares, though?
I was not part of this conversation.
Okay, let me
There's some
finish.
niggas who want to know where
She
your
gave her story.
at.
Let me give the story. So she said her ex bought her vehicle and still does maintenance of that car, right? So you're an ex.
He's a stupid man.
No, like there's the Simpsons and then there's him. Yeah?
The Simpsons.
Because I don't know how you're gonna simp like that. So he still maintains her car and still takes care of her. And so she's like, I've never truly moved on. I still love my ex because he has provided money. And some of you men need to step up to that kind
And that
of
is a
level.
man who has access to
So
private
as you're
parts as
looking
well.
at that kind of thing
You're
on
not
your...
sure about that. I feel
Aye.
like
So,
you all assume.
let me tell you.
Let me tell you. You all assume
So
all
let,
this.
let me
finish
tell
my
you. So
point.
you expect me to date a lady, and Lenana is your ex. I'm dating you, and Lenana is still financing your car.
According to how I've had the story, she's not dating anyone.
No, that's what I'm saying.
she's not dating
I think
anyone.
you're misconstruing what I was saying.
Oh,
So the point I was trying to make is that there's a lot of, like she was saying, there are men who will do what you're incapable of doing. If you can't support her to buy a dress, there are men who are going to do it. So I mean, date your type, date your financial type. I understand it. But in retrospect, men also need to feel like they are loved beyond finances. Because then there's a point where a man may reach that he feels like if he's not financially secure, he can't enter the dating scene whatsoever.
That
You
is
get what I'm
how
saying?
it is, yeah.
And they has, our parents used to have what? 8 or 9 children, and yet they just hold hands. Yet they were jiggy seriously. Yeah, sorry to say, but it's the truth. So that was when love maybe was real love. Because they didn't have phones, they didn't have things that we had, and some of them didn't even have money. They were in the villages.
Love was love then.
Yeah, love was love then. You know what I mean? Now, it's like we have like phones and everything where, honey, can I use your password? Can I know this? So I feel like men and women right now are having different situations in terms of the modern society. And the modern world is making love attached to money. Money, love. I mean, what did they say when you get married? For better and for?
Worse.
For us.
For
But you
richer
hear
for?
for us, for rich and for?
That part is usually said
For
very
richer,
silently.
yeah.
When the ladies are saying it, for richer
and for other. Yeah.
You know?
So, I mean, for sickness and?
in sickness and in
Yeah.
health.
But, Connie, have you gotten married? You seem to know
No,
these things.
I'm just.
I almost did, but that's a story for another day.
Yeah. But anyway, that's the saying. For better and for worse, for poorer and for richer.
I mean,
But now I'm gonna flip the side. You said that I'm gonna flip the coin.
the coin. We talk about
Yeah, even
money.
the coin. Why don't you flip coin?
Your coin, Yanani, is it 50-50? Is it mine or yours?
No, I've forgotten what I was about
I'm so
to say.
sorry. No, you were going to say that it is
I
wrong.
was saying, you said you have an issue with girls asking for stuff. I believe. No, chill. Let me.
Let her cook.
And then I'll correct.
Chill. Okay, you have a problem with that, but obviously you've come to understand that there are actually people out there who don't have an issue with it. And I actually don't think it's supposed to be an issue. The only issue comes in if this particular girl you're dating is dating you for only financial, like her whole life is unamlia gas, when unalipa token. I feel like that is completely different from you buying me jewelry or perfume, because either way I would have done without the extra pair of ring I've gotten because I already have a few. But if it's the point where you're buying me, like if you don't send me 2K urgently for food I will not eat, I feel like that's also a different situation. And now about asking for money, why are you looking at me like that?
I'm listening. It's called what? Active listening.
She's cooking. Though.
Active listening.
She's actually cooking.
Yeah, I'm trying to get your perspective.
I mean, I believe that there's also a term understanding girlfriend. There's also a flip side to not asking. Because you might also be that, oh me, I don't want to be that type. I don't want to ask. I don't want to seem like I'm all for the money. So you keep quiet and you just wait. And this man will never, utapata, he's out there doing that same thing maybe you would have wanted but you have not yet said to another girl who is supposedly he thinks is more, that's her speed. So you maybe it's your speed but you just don't wanna.
But Nikulize, what about then like manipulation of love? So if you don't send me the 2K or something, I don't love you. You know, there are people who use that love thing, like kind of like what you were saying, but then in an opposite way. Somebody can use love as a manipulative tool. Like if David doesn't buy me this, then I guess then we don't love me, or I guess you don't care about me. And I think that's how some people use that kind of thing. Because I get your point, right?
Yeah.
There's a way that there's some standard things that men are supposed to be providers.
But,
when like in the garden, see Adam and Eve both had their mistakes.
Yeah.
And Adam was told to do what? To toil. all the days of his life.
I think so.
And you think so? I mean, you didn't read that part of the Bible.
That part was a bit. I'm not sure about the toiling, but I think what you're trying to say, it's a point that I also take a lot of issue with. This thing of men being providers, and yes, I do understand it, because I was raised by a man who provided, and he provided for our family. May his soul rest in peace. And the modern lady recognizes traditional roles when it comes to the roles of a man. But when it comes to the roles of a woman, being a caregiver, being taking care of the house, all these things, nyinyi hamtaki kufanya. Mnasemanga, oh, why should I wash when you can buy 5 washing machines? Oh, why should I do, like there's this notion that, yes, these rules, this set of rules will apply, but only at the convenience of her monetary needs. And I take issue with that. Yes, if you want me to be a provider, I will be a provider. I will do this. I will take care of you. I will take care of the bills. Lakini pia wewe, if you're out every weekend exhaling shisha like a truck, which is stuck on Kingara Road,
now you are attacking.
You're not acting as a traditional woman. So then why do you deserve the traditional treatment of me being your provider, protector, and hizo zingine ni gani? You see, I'm even forgetting. But it should be quid pro quo. You nipe nikupe. If you act a certain way, I will feel the need to, my lady really takes care of the house. My lady really takes care of my children. Trust me. When a man feels that, yes, trust me, when a man feels that, you won't even need to ask. But the minute you're there every time, hey, you should be doing, and one thing I will tell you, one thing we do not like, men should be like coming from ladies, and I get you say some ladies. I'm hurt. I am hurt. I have gone through things, my friend. I have gone through things. But on a serious note, I do believe. Don't get me twisted. When I have my person and I love that person, and I know I am not sharing this person with the world, I will provide for them. I will do that. I will take care of them. They are my person. For as long as I know that they're my person. But if I'm sharing you with the streets can take care of you as well. So it's like you said, be attracted to your type. Be attracted to what? You said your level or something?
Financial dating.
No, I don't believe in financial dating. That is a term that has come to the fore with this current generation. And also another thing, don't you think, let me ask you this, don't you think that ladies are making themselves a commodity when you predicate your worth, your entire worth, being transactional, being that for your time, I need to buy you the dress. I need to pay for your Uber to come to see me. I need to buy you airtime to speak to me. In fact, that happened to me. It was in high school. High school, a girl from your year, I will not name her, but every Friday, I remember I used to buy for her credit of 500 shillings. And 500 shillings was a lot of money
for the scratch.
Scratch. And she'd text me 3-4 times, then say she's going to sleep. The whole weekend, and I text me to
I was thinking about that. How we used to survive without time.
Bro, I'm hurt. Anyway, so don't you think when you make yourself a commodity, then a commodity you shall be treated as? Because if you dehumanize yourself and predicate your entire worth on, since I'm giving you sex, you're going to give me money. If you want access, for me, so they even say, there's a saying that ladies have, don't let a broke man sweat on top of you.
Gosh, I've never heard that one.
Bro, there's these things ladies say, and I'm like, God damn it, They say, don't let a broke man sweat on top of you. So, in essence, you're saying to get access to.
But let me ask, okay, go ahead.
I feel like there's a slight, something you don't understand.
Help me understand. We're here to communicate. Please, help. I'm all ears.
You see...
Any pressure?
I'm playing. Tell me.
I don't think it's necessarily like placing your entire worth, because as much as you may buy the dress, pay the Uber, and pay for dinner, does not necessarily guarantee that I will give it up.
I know it is not a guarantee.
It is not a guarantee. So it's not necessarily saying, if you do this, I'll do this.
But
it's just more of, I think it's actually a preference, because you might find a lady who will not go on a date until you've gotten the Uber and the dress and paid for makeup.
Yes.
And you'll find another lady who will just tell you, you want to get on a date? Well, and she will just show up.
And even that
So-
night, she can even give you some in the car. You know, like there's things that are different. You know, these things happen because, like you said, it depends on.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking from experience,
my
but yeah, I feel like, and it's something that I still have so much of an issue with because, in this day and age, we know we have men who are wired in a very skewed way. And this is not going to sound right, but I'm going to say it. But when you commodify yourself, when you make yourself your entire worth predicated on, I am giving this man this, so he needs to give me that. There are men who will feel entitled to you. And I'm telling you this, it's a painful truth, it's a painful reality. There are men in this world who will be like, if I am paying for this, I am guaranteed this. And it's a very flawed way of thinking. I do not agree with it. But in you putting yourself out there with that tag of he has to pay to get this, then that man may also be like, since I'm paying, I have to get this.
You know, I am not really understanding.
Can I-
What exactly are you paying for? Is
Okay,
it
let me
the
add-
time
let me
or
add
the
something.
thing you're getting?
Why am I even paying for
As
your
in-
David.
time?
'Cause,
Why am I
you know,
paying for your
you
time?
see, it's because you're the one who's bringing it up. Because I don't think you catering for a few 1, 2, 3s in my life does not mean
What
that.
are these 1, 2, 3s? Please tell
Okay,
me.
let me add something also
Does-
to what you were saying. I mean, it's like if you think about like the idea of sponsors. You know me, when I went back to college, I was like very shocked that how like people don't even lie about having sponsors, right? So the same way a sponsor is helping you pay your small rent, your SQ in college, 9, 10K, for a guy who's earning over 100,000 a month, doesn't
nothing.
have a problem with it. But the more he gives you, the more he expects. And you
Of
remember
course.
those Airbnb killings of women? It was called femicide.
Yeah, the
when
femicide.
women
It still
were
is called
so
femicide.
yeah. So basically, when a woman is basically getting all these goodies from a man, he's going to want something.
They'll
back.
feel entitled.
And so for us as men, if we truly love the women or the girl child in our society, we should tell our women not to make our relationships so transactional to the point where
That
you
is
could
what
end
I'm
up,
saying.
you could also
now
you could,
I
end up,
get-
you could also end up losing your life if you put too much trust on men simply financially, because that love is also fake. It's fake for him and it's fake for her. So it's fake for you getting money from him. Him is also wants sex.
But we're
So
all
he'll kill
using
you
each other.
if he doesn't get what he wants. You know, there's some men who say, if you don't give me that sex, ni evil. But I know what you are meaning. But we have to love people now from the heart and not make it so financial. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like if in Kenya, you know that song, Nairobi. Yeah, it has to be the way that I know I'm with you. Just like what you are saying. It's my girl and I don't share
I'm
her
not
with
sharing
anybody.
you with
Then that
anyone.
man should be able to pour out, because there's some stingy men. I won't cap. I'm not one of
But
those like.
actually-
And
You
just
know,
a
I think-
disclaimer,
wait.
Lenana and I are not
Yeah, we are not stingy men.
justifying.
Hey,
we're
if
not.
you-
We're
if
not
you-
even
wait.
that. Listen,
No, wait.
we're not justifying some of the things that happen to women
Yeah.
out there at things like femicide. We're
Yeah.
not justifying. Don't get me twisted. Like
Yeah.
I know.
No,
that
neither
for a
am I.
fact.
That's what I was saying.
We're
You
not
have to be
justifying.
careful.
What we're saying is, you have to be fully aware of the fact that there
situation.
are weird niggas out there.
There are
I
so
won't lie
many
to you.
bad people out
And
there.
if a person, and I am a man, so I know how men think. Yeah. If I feel like you, and literally the only reason that you chill with me is because of my money, that person will probably feel like, okay, if that is the only reason, then even me, I have to get sex every time we're together. And that has driven to a sharp rise in some of the crimes that we actually have going on. Because we have situations where you've seen even situations in clubs where a guy has bought drinks the whole night, then when the lady says no, the guy is like, hapana, lazima nikuwe na kitu.
It's dangerous
And-
by there to make it.
yeah,
transactional.
and this is not victim blaming
I
or anything. I'm just trying to give a different angle to how this approach to love being transactional can be dangerous.
But I think I hadn't quite gotten like the point exactly you were saying about that. But now that I do think actually, yeah, it's a problem asking for money in that context. But I feel like ladies out there, and some actually get it wrong, how you ask for money and even how you play someone, you can't just use someone for their money and
Did you
expect
say how you play someone?
how you play. Place.
You see already. Oh, place. I already said play. When you're unawacheza. Oh man.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, you, in some context, yeah, you can place yourself as a commodity when you, but that's actually in the instance of sponsor and
Yes.
I feel like that is actually wrong and should be kind of should be discouraged. No, kind of
Yeah.
should be discouraged. But with the whole thing, I feel like because also in that context, it also like it gives a.
Why are you laughing?
I think you're looking at me with that. I feel like
No, I
with
want
that,
to understand you.
I feel like in that sense, what was I saying?
I'm sorry. Are my eyes too intense for you? I'm sorry.
Yeah, like you're about to kill me. Like say one
Oh,
more thing.
no.
David has been very passionate about
I was very passionate. I think-
I've been blocked on Instagram.
Yeah, I
I've
remember.
been unfollowed.
He has been unfollowed. He has been waiting for
Anytime I articulate my
this topic.
opinions
He
on this
has
topic,
never seen David so
But I
invested.
feel like David, you're
Yeah.
generalizing the whole giving money thing to the little to the negative area of it. Because there's some context in which where a woman would ask for money and how she's
And she's
doing
well
it,
within her right
she's
to.
placing
Yeah.
herself as a commodity. But I also feel like there is another side of it where maybe she won't even need to ask; it will be given. To
that's
her.
what I said.
Yeah.
Because if you show me a certain nurturing side to you, this lady loves me and only me. She takes care of me and only me. Not that I need to be taken care of. I'm a grown-ass man. But if you show me that you're also going above and beyond to be an active partner to me in my life journey, then any way that I can help you, I will go out of my way to do that. I will go out of my way to make life easier for you because you make me happy. But if I'm here sharing you with Kenyanjui, with Kamau, with Ojuang, with whom, I'll know that literally the things that I'm doing for you, you're getting from 5 other men. I need to have that feeling of you are mine.
We need to wrap up this topic, though. I think we've gone over.
Oh, yes, we need to
yeah.
wrap up. But yes, and like you said, everyone should date their type. You said everyone should date their level, but I feel like that only applies to men. I mean, because a billionaire man can marry a lady from Kenchik. A billionaire woman will not marry a watchman.
How do you know that?
Tell me when it has happened.
Have you seen recently
Tell
D
me.
and
Yo,
Patelo?
guys.
Who is that?
Let's
That
wrap.
wedding,
Let's wrap
as
up.
in,
Listen,
what is
those
going on?
are social
Women
media
are
stunts.
actually wait,
Those are
no,
social
that
media
is not
stunts.
There's no
true.
winner in
Let
this
me tell you,
conversation,
no,
so-
Those are
actually,
social
I
media
feel like
stunts.
there is actually a flip side.
Patelo
There-
and Juliet.
Guys,
Yeah,
we're
they're
not going
very-
to end this conversation. No one is going to win this.
No,
We're not
I
here
think
to
I'm
win.
I'm
We are
just,
speaking.
Yeah, I'm saying the other side of it.
So Patelo and Juliet,
No, I mean, I feel like there are very successful women out there.
they keep them as
including
boy
me,
toys.
Who, no,
They keep
not
them
really.
as boy
There's actually
toys just
love.
for things.
I feel like money has been stressing you a bit.
It has. I'm even graying. And that is why I have chosen
Yeah.
to remain single.
Let me tell
machine as
you,
a wanawake.
Tafuta
I-
a rich woman, you see how we take care of.
I do not
Aman,
need.
ask me nice.
Hiyo tuongee kando. Tuongee kando.
Hizi ni bloopers sasa, by the way, because I can even hear a drop of sweat coming off David's eyebrow.
Bro, my back is
The passion in this conversation.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But yeah, all in all, let's love. Let's learn to love.
To be genuine.
And yes, let's be genuine. And there's a word you Gen Zs use, and you love it. I hear the intentionality of a man. Like if that man loves you, he'll be intentional. Even you ladies, be intentional. If you do love someone, and show them that you love them. Sio tu mbesha.
And by the way, the girl that broke David's heart, the girl that broke David's heart, come out.
I mean,
In the comment
please
section.
come and explain to
Please
me.
tell us what's going on. Even me, I'm not this passionate. The girl who broke his heart like this, please, on the comment section,
Alikutoka.
just say what you did, how you did it.
Yeah,
and
we wanna know.
No, but yeah, I hear
cheers
you.
to a great
I
conversation.
hear you, and kila mtu apende mwenye anapenda. Like you said, there's
Yeah.
a man who will go above and beyond. Not me though. Sio mimi.
Let love be
And
love.
also, kusikwe na pressure.
Yeah,
I
kusikwe
mean,
na pressure.
feel like there's so much social media
And
pressure right now.
stop asking men
that-
to do things that your father cannot do for you.
Gosh,
Thank
wait,
you.
we
Yes.
can't end like that.
What?
Faith, do something. You can't end like this. Faith, let it end demurely.
I mean, you even shocked me. Like, what the hell is
This is so much, David.
Yo, David, you've
David
been
has been
so
waiting for this
passionate
topic
with
since '96.
So
Yeah,
anyway,
I-
I think we're coming to
We're past it,
time
we're
is
past
money.
time.
Yeah.
Time is money, and are we being paid to give our
No,
time?
no, we're
Since
past
people
it,
are
more
being
than
paid
past
to
time.
go on dates and CG.
Hey.
Yeah, but yes, kila mtu wapendane, and you'll need to tell me where this lingerie in Naivas is being
Yo,
bought.
imagine. No, actually,
Yeah,
I was
I'm going to
saying
go
her.
look for
We
And
need
there
to
was
go.
actually, you see the person in front of me. She was buying a vape and some chocolates, all that.
What?
And then like at the end, he was being asked like, "Hey,
What's
what
your
is
vision?"
going on today?"
but-
And he was like, "I'm
You
not the
never know.
first one."
It could have been an anniversary,
I mean, but I feel like it's been so cold this couple of days.
Baridi
Some-
nasumbua sana. Maybe that's why I'm this passionate about
you
this
see
problem.
now why you're
Labda ni
complaining. You're just-
frustration.
You're complaining out your money.
Kuna ma frustration.
Some people out there
People will be
rigging the
saying,
game.
people will
No,
be
then
saying
you're teetering.
kuna ma sexual frustrations, but no, I'm a celibate man. I have been celibate for 2 years now, going on 2 years. So,
Wow.
but anyway, that's neither here nor
That is
there.
such cap,
I
but
think
anyway.
let us wrap it
Yeah.
up, Miss Mararo.
I feel like that's all what we had time for today.
But we have more to say. But next time, you talk about next time.
And follow us on our
Yeah.
social media pages.
Yeah.
On Instagram, and there's still Facebook, we still use it.
For
Yeah,
the
as
millennials.
millennials, we're still using Facebook. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and definitely go to the YouTube page and subscribe. Yeah, to Pendane, love, make love be love again.
Huh? So let's make
Let's
love.
listen to R&B.
You say let's make love. What?
No, let love be love
Oh,
again.
yeah.
Yeah, and make love. Kwani, you guys always have to be fighting in bed.
Yes, make
Bring
love.
that back.
Bye. You guys are the only ones I love.
Bless up.
Peace.